That's what I do. I drink and I know things.
About the internet, with this insane conspiracy idea filled with just lies about this impossible international conspiracy of human traffickers involving Hillary Clinton.
Oh my goodness, and you're a Democratic donor. There's nothing illegal about that.
No.
It doesn't make you a pedophile or somebody who's part of a child sex ring. One of the pictures that Trey showed in the report, people have been pointing to, well, look at, this is evidence. There's a child with their hands taped down. And you say there's a very simple explanation for that.
Yeah, I'm very glad that you've had us on today. It's an incredible thing. We've invited your cameras into the restaurant because people have all of these ideas, and people use social media. This is a picture of my godchild in a completely innocent place, very happily playing with her sister. Her sister's taped her hands. Her parents are there. I put this on my Instagram with their approval. Right there, it sits there on the internet for a year and a half, and people start building these lies and falsities about innocent people and then spreading this image over the internet.
When people talk about fake news, you know, a lot of folks just roll their eyes like, oh, you know, whatever. People will figure it out. The truth is they don't always figure it out. And someone could have been killed inside of your restaurant for no good reason other than people like Alex Jones fanned a conspiracy theory that even the D.C. police say has no basis in fact.
$4 million.
You want to go out?
Yeah, I'll take you out. I'll fuck you right on the spot. Wow.
As for Epstein, I've said this before, but just as a reminder, I do know somebody very, very close to this case who is in a position to know virtually everything. Not everything, but virtually everything. And this person has told me from the start, years and years ago, that Jeffrey Epstein, in this person's view, was not a pedophile. This is this person's view, who was there for a lot of this, but that he was into the barely legal type. Like he liked 15-year-old girls. And I realize this is disgusting. I'm definitely not trying to make an excuse for this. I'm just giving you facts. That he wasn't into like 8-year-olds, but he liked the very young teen types that could pass for even younger than they were, but would look legal.
Corny is my preference is not my women. Now, I thought it was I'm not dating my women, period, which is the corniest human being outside of a criminal to me, period.
Akash only dates brown. Akash has been with one girl in his life who is his wife.
That's my wife. That's an Indian woman.
So this is like loyal through and through.
Are you fucking retarded? What the fuck are you talking about?
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. I was popping my pussy and living my best life in these white boy frat houses.
I'm actively trying to have an orgy and you haven't seen Nav yet, but wait till you fucking see him. His body goes crazy. His face part always slays, never declines. And it's kind of weird because I'm talking about your husband. I just know that Nav's dick is like at least 10 inches.
Academia, finance, politics in this country.
So shouldn't white people earn that the way they did?
I mean, if you want to live in La La Land, sure, but if
no, but it's like a meritocracy.
They should be at the top. They should be at the top of those industries in Israel.
But you believe in meritocracy, I assume, right?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. So then, but you think you're a comedian, so if you be funnier than everyone else, they'll book you everywhere else.
I am funnier than everyone else, and they don't book me anywhere, and I don't care because I don't believe in meritocracy.
Ah, hilarious.
That's not funny. I believe in power.
Categorize.
They can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They could control Charles Barkley. They could control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
No, not you, man.
But they can't control me. You see, it ain't no name I won't name. Exactly. It's up.
Not you.
You know what I'm saying? And just for Minister Farrakhan, I love you, but the way you read that, I took that as a slight. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking no disrespect from nobody. So let's get on the phone and let's talk that out. I don't care who you are. I ain't taking no slice from nobody, right? I ain't taking no slice from nobody. It's God. That's the only person that I serve. My mom ain't here. My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah, I'm appreciative.
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. You know, out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing.
It's cultural swine, bitch. Now where's the blow?
Think that that's kind of a distinction without a difference? Because if you believe in those ideals, you already believe in Jesus, right? That is the...
All right. Yeah, my bad. Had a little technical difficulties with the mic. But yeah, we have the Epstein files. We got scummy governors. We got government shutdown ending after the elections. Perfect timing. And we have a fun documentary that Tyler Oliveira put out on Twitter and YouTube, and which led to him getting doxxed by all these shit-loving Indians, leaving him voicemails that they want to fuck his, sister and mom, which is crazy. And just, him getting doxxed and attacked by the Indian community for putting out this documentary, which was a shit-throwing festival in one of the, I forgot what place it is. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. If not, I don't. Inside India's poop throwing festival. Let's see if Google give it to us. India's poop fight. Where is it at? So the village is called, so the festival is called Diwali, and I think that has something to do with the god they believe that was manifested from the shit. The village is, the celebrates end of Diwali. Dozens of, so the village is Gumatapura, southern India, and I think the festival is called Diwali. It doesn't really matter. I'm not gonna spend too much time trying to get all the basics for it, but yeah, he put out this documentary. It's about 29 minutes long. Go watch it, and it's pretty fucking disgusting and vile. It has something to do with one of the past people in this village that was, I don't know, I guess playing with shit, with cow shit, because that's what they save up for, basically months and months, half a year before the festival, to use in the festival. 6 months to a year's worth of fucking cow shit that they save up. Everyone keeps it in their home, or they just stockpile any shit that comes out of a cow's ass onto a pile that they've started, and they save that up until the festival takes place, so that they can play in it like pigs and roll around in it like fucking animals and throw it at each other. Roll up balls of shit so big and throw it so hard at each other that they can give each other fucking CTE from cow shit. And I guess it comes from someone that had a mystical, holy experience playing with this cow shit in the past. And I guess a god spoke to this individual through the cow shit and said that this festival needs to take place to celebrate and worship this god. And only men take place in it, take part in it. But the women got to help, basically save it up, get it ready, prepare, do everything but playing the shit. Even though I'd be like, thank God. The one time in that village, it's beneficial to be a woman. You don't have to participate, or you actually can't participate, but in the shit throwing festival, just vile celebration of some god, which the god is called, I'm gonna try to find the god. So the god associated with the Indian cow dung fights is Bireshwara Swami. I don't know if I said that right. Don't care. It's not. There's no way there's a god. That's a demon. Yeah, whatever that dude talked to in the past when he was playing around in shit was a demon, not a god. But Bireshwara Swami is the god they celebrate as they throw shit at each other. They have the children do it as well. They have like a pre-shit fight for the children that's smaller and less violent, you would say, that the kids do before the grown-ups and teenagers do it. Disgusting. And before the fucking festival took place, this journalist Tyler Oliveira was just like walking around, like getting to know people. I'm not saying they're disgusting, vile people. This is just a disgusting, vile thing that they do. And I will, I will never change my opinion on that. I will never think it's okay to play around in cow shit and throw it at each other, and all in the name of celebrating a god that I guess comes from the shit, cow shit. We know that they see cows as like a holy thing, but their shit, that's a whole different thing. But yeah, he's walking around the village, talking to the villagers and the people that live there, seeing the stockpiles of shit they're saving up in their homes that has been saved for 6 months. And these people are happy about it. They're, look at the pile of shit I fucking saved. Look at the pile of shit I'm gonna throw at people and roll around in 2 days. But there's just like also villagers that are like, that are showing Tyler Oliveira their like garden of shit that they saved up for 6 months, and like telling him, oh, it's scientifically proven that you could eat it and it's anti-cancer. It's anti-cancerous. Yeah, it's anti-cancerous to eat cow shit. Even if it was, give me the cancer. Shut the fuck up, dude. That's like, I don't, yeah, nice people, they're not, I mean, I'm not saying the people are terrible and disgusting, but doing this is disgusting. And to say that it's anti-cancerous to eat cow shit, just a little bit, eat cow shit, it's anti-cancerous. It's scientifically proven. Scientifically proven. No, it's fucking not scientifically proven, you retard. Show me a fucking study that it's scientifically proven to eat cow shit to combat cancer. Let's look it up on Google real quick. Or no, let's ask Grok. I said, is it scientifically proven that consuming cow dung is anti-cancerous? No, I mean, Grok's kind of retarded nowadays. Not only is it Zionist, it's just kind of retarded. So you always got to take it with a grain of salt. But with this, I'm going to trust Grok on this one. Grok of shit, you could call it. All right. So no, it is not scientifically proven that consuming cow dung is anti-cancerous. In fact, there is no credible scientific evidence from peer-reviewed studies, clinical trials, or reputable health organizations such as the WHO, NIH, or American Cancer Society to support this claim. Yeah, I mean, cow dung contains pathogenic bacteria, E. coli, salmonella, parasites, and toxins. Consumption can cause severe infections, liver damage, or poisoning. This fucking retard telling Tyler Oliveira, yeah, it's scientifically proven that if you eat cow shit, it's anti-cancerous. Bro, shut the fuck up before you get slapped saying shit like that. You're showing me a pile of shit you've been saving for 6 months to throw at people, including kids, and to roll around in, worshiping a god. I'm not going to take what you say about scientifically proven evidence for anything, especially eating cow shit. Disgusting, vile, claims and activities going on in that village. And it's only that village, which is crazy. I mean, I guess it's like pretty much illegal, frowned upon. I don't know. It's just, you're not allowed to celebrate this festival anywhere else in the country. I don't know why anyone would want to. It is India, so I could see why. But anyone's allowed to travel from India or elsewhere to participate in throwing shit at each other and rolling around in it. So yeah. Oh. But yeah, it was a nice little short documentary, and watched quite a bit of documentaries honestly this week. I watched this really good one. called The Dimming. And what this one was, I'm gonna go no headphones. Just gotta make sure the sound's right before we take those bad boys off. But I just don't want the fucking sound to get all fucked, whatever. Yeah, so we watched The Dimming, or I watched The Dimming. It was not bad. It was actually really good. One of the better documentaries I've ever seen, and it's by Dane. Let me go to his Dane. Let's see his name. Where's Dane Wigington, and his website is geo-engineeringwatch.org. And so what you can basically assume this documentary was about, it's called The Dimming. It's about geoengineering, chemtrails, which they, if you bring that term up anywhere, you get called a fucking kook. And yeah, that they just made that word, just like the word or phrase conspiracy theorist is kind of just thrown out as kooky shit or a kooky person. Well, chemtrails is the same thing. It's basically labeling people that use that term for real things that are happening as a kook or as a fucking freak, as a conspiracy theorist, which is just totally fucking false. Because all chemtrail means is geoengineering, but when you use chemtrail, you're written off as a retard. And if you use geoengineering, you're using terms that fucking Bill Gates have brought up, that all the top climate scientists use for what's going on in the sky regarding those fucking huge white lines that crisscross, have specific patterns, that spread out miles and miles and are, travel miles and miles with wind. And they pretty much cover the whole sky. That's why it's called The Dimming, this documentary. It dims out the sun, and it has all types of effects on human health, and not just human health, all biological health on Earth, including the Earth, especially the trees, which basically are the most important things for humans besides like planktons, which produce, I think, 60% of the oxygen, which are now dying because they can't get sunlight because the sun's being dimmed out in the name of fucking global warming. And so, this documentary goes over all that shit. And this guy's been doing it for 20 years, and he was just on Tucker, and I get it. Tucker's I don't know about him. I think he platforms good people and really fucking shitty people, and I honestly couldn't give you my opinion on who he actually is and what he's about. But regardless, I get it. He puts people on his platform and his show like Kevin Spacey, who should honestly just be put down like a fucking dog. Not even a dog. That'd be doing it nicely. He should be put down like a rat that gets caught on a trap and it's stuck to it and it's still alive and you kind of just throw it away. That's how Kevin Spacey should be treated. But, he also has people like, I mean, people don't like Nick Fuentes, but I think Nick Fuentes deserves to be heard. He has people like Catherine Austin Fitts on. He has people like that on, people that, aren't going to get a chance on a mainstream outlet. And there's a lot more names I'm missing, but he also had on this Dane Wingington. And this is the guy that has the website that made the documentary. And, he's been doing it for 20 years and people want to write him off as some fucking weirdo. But that's just completely false because, he only started this because he has actual evidence of, geoengineering chemtrails having a bad effect on not only our health as humans, just all biological health, and just kind of steering us on a path towards extinction, destruction, whatever you want to call it, and it's exponentially speeding up the time that it's going to take to reach that, end goal if we don't fucking get our shit together. And, it's been it's been allowed to happen in the name of climate change, which so many fucking retards, especially the ones within the universities that are my age and the ones that are coming up in the younger generations, which are even more retarded, are going to continue to believe that climate change is going to kill them. Like a retard. They are going to believe that we need to cool the earth because it's getting too warm and that the sun is dangerous. These retards actually believe the one thing that actually is the reason they're alive, the sun, light, heat. They believe that's like the biggest threat to our species survival, and that's how fucking mind controlled, conditioned, programmed, and retarded they've become. And this is not just younger people. This is boomers, especially as well, that will believe anything they're fucking told as long as they can keep their, 5-bedroom $1 million house and shove it in everyone's faces. But it's just not true. I mean, yeah, okay, global warming is okay. Climate changes through millions and millions of years, hundreds of thousands of years, thousands of years. We can't really predict that, first of all. Second of all, we are causing, from just our pollution and what we're putting in the air is causing a little bit of it, the toxic stuff, not the cow farts like they tell you. That's just because they don't want you to have meat. They're trying to ruin the food supply, which is that's just a dangerous conspiracy. So, but the food supply is being attacked. If cows are burping and farting, and chickens are I don't know what they say about chickens, but for some reason they're bad for global warming and carbon. But all the people telling you that take private jets to have these meetings about climate. So if you believe anything they say, you are actually you're about as smart as a fucking insect. Uh, and when you eat the bugs they tell you that you're going to love, you're essentially engaging in cannibalism because you're as smart as the fucking bug you're eating. But yeah, the chemtrail thing, if you use geo-engineering, then they can't really combat your argument because there's documents that go way back in time in our history, regarding military documents and military experiments and scientific experiments that prove they've been engaging in geoengineering through the use of chemtrails that are dispersed through the planes. It's like an aerosol spray, so they use aeroplanes to disperse it, and that is why the sky is not as blue as it used to be. That isn't why the sun almost looks a different color. It's because they're trying to dim out the sun. They're trying to allow less sunlight to come through, because then that will allow less warmth to, happen on Earth. If they can reflect the sunlight and block as much sunlight possible, then they are, I guess, in effect, causing a cooling effect. But, well, that's how you kill everything. Like, trees are now, I mean, not only is there toxic fucking chemicals, nanoparticles, heavy metals, graphene, barium, aluminum, etc. in these chemtrails, the blocking effect is killing plankton, because plankton can't get sunlight because there's plastic all over the fucking surface of the ocean. Plus, dimming out the sun allows even less sunlight, and then the plankton is just essentially going to die off because of that. And then you have trees that are being essentially choked with the chemicals being dropped on them, that they're closing the part of their system that allows them to respirate, so they're not breathing. And that's why so many trees are like turning brown and dying, and the forests aren't as green. The smell of forests are changing. I mean, I haven't really noticed this, but I need to kind of be more aware when I'm in the forest so I can kind of see that effect. But people that are in the forest all the time, like this guy Dane Wingington, he literally lives off grid. Like, essentially Mount Shasta is his backyard, and well, he'll tell you as well as so many others that the smell is different. The forests don't smell the same. That's because the trees aren't respirating. They're not breathing anymore because they've been poisoned, and in effect, they're closing the part of their system that breathes, and that just kind of leads to a slow death of the trees. But they will die. So it kind of left trees and all trees or all forests, anywhere where there's trees, in a state of either dead or dying. I mean, nothing's really truly alive anymore because of what's being dropped on the earth via these chemtrails, these planes, and it's all in the name of global warming. And so I just thought that was interesting. I think everyone should go watch. It's called the Dimming. You can watch it on YouTube. Dane Wingington. I think it came out 4 years ago. This guy's been doing it for 20 years as well. And if you watch a documentary, you'll see people that were in the military that will tell you this is happening. You'll see people that were working at Raytheon. You'll see people like Catherine Austin Fitts, who was a cabinet member of H.W. Bush in his financial arm of his cabinet. Like, these are not fucking kooky, dumb people. These are smart people. The only reason that this guy, Dane Wingington, got into it, he just wanted to live off grid, like I said. Essentially, his backyard was Mount Shasta in California. He wanted to just live off grid in the middle of the forest, plant trees for the rest of his life, and kind of do that and just live off the grid. And he was using solar energy to do a lot of that. And when he started seeing these lines in the sky that looks like God is snorting lines, the size of, the size of, what should I say, Peru. You just look up, you're like, oh, God's racking lines out today. Holy shit. Dude is skiing right now. Dude is having a time up there with these lines. Yeah, when he saw these things being sprayed across the sky and they would spread apart miles and miles, and then they would move with the wind and kind of, block out the sun and the sky, and they're kind of creating a color change among the sky and the sun. He started to also notice a change in the uptake of solar energy that he was getting through his solar panels. It diminished sometimes 80%. So it went from, uptaking 100% of solar energy and him being able to use that. And after he started to really notice these chemtrails, these geo-engineering tactics being deployed, he saw the uptake of solar energy decrease by amounts up to 80%. That's insane. An 80%, let's say 50 to an 80% decrease in uptake of solar energy due to the dimming of the sun. And so that's the only reason he started looking into it, was because it was going to affect his livelihood and the rest of his life if he couldn't use that solar energy to live off grid. And so he also said he couldn't live with the fact that he knew that was happening. So, yeah. And these aren't just claims. He's been doing it for 20 years. Go to his website. He has all the articles with the scientific, science backed evidence, scientific articles, scientific experiments, test run. I mean, they went up there in planes, grabbed samples of what they were spraying, tested them in labs, and what they thought was happening and what they thought were in those trails of clouds were actually there. They were correct. There's heavy metals, nanoparticles, very toxic shit. And it's not just condensation, contrails. That's not what happens. And he goes through all of this. And it's not just him in this documentary and on that, that publishes things on this website. It's scientists, especially ones, geoscientists, geologists, climate scientists, and other experts among other fields, and military people, ex-military people, pilots, all across the board. They got people that are behind this. They have neurologists, that are saying they've never seen an increase in Alzheimer's like they've seen in the, past decade. And it's coinciding with, uh, this geoengineering shit going on. And so, if two things are happening, if you see an increase at the same exact time, like Alzheimer's having a huge uptake or having a huge increase at the same time as this geoengineering is being deployed at full scale all over the world, not just the US, then maybe there's something connected there. So yeah, go give them a watch. Go give the dimming a watch. It's fucking interesting. And I mean, believe you can take my word for it, or you can go fucking do your own research like you should. And you should not be a fucking retard sheep. And you should go just watch for yourself and study for yourself. Believe me or not, just go fucking look at it and then make your own fucking decision. Come to your own conclusion. But it's hard not to come to the conclusion that this guy's right, given all the evidence that he provides, and you can watch him provide it in the documentary. And if you don't want to watch the documentary, he's got short YouTube videos that you can watch on everything from engineering wildfires, Lahaina, Palisades, creating storms, maybe hurricanes that we've seen in the past, or tsunamis we've seen in the past, or earthquakes we've seen in the past. Jet spraying, he has a bunch of stuff on. He has GeoWatch radio, tree die-off, HARP, which is the thing in Alaska that I've spoken of many times on previous episodes, but which has to do with frequencies, radio waves and things like that can cause storms, hurricanes, earthquakes, whatever you want. He has engineering winter. Remember when Texas had that huge freeze that I think people even died in? And it's just weird that happened. It froze in Austin, Texas, or in Texas, causing the grid to shut down for a little bit. But across the world, in the coldest areas of the world, it was warmer than it was in Texas. That seems a little manufactured then, if you ask me. He has engineered droughts, not only droughts, think about floods. Think about that recent Texas flood where that fucking retard that owns the company that's like 100 miles away came out on Sean Ryan's spook show and it told everyone it had nothing to do with his company, when it probably had everything to do with his company when you look at this evidence that's provided on geo-engineeringwatch.org. He has atmospheric spraying, radio frequency dangers. He has everything. Updates. He has he has all sorts of fucking articles and videos and pieces of evidence and links and sources that, will teach you everything. And if you still think it's a lie after, then I feel sorry for you. You must be boosted up, quadruple boosted, and you probably still wear 2 masks. So everyone should go look into Dane Wingington and his website and watch his documentaries, watch his videos, and read his articles. But yeah, that was a documentary I recently watched, and it was fire. Absolutely fire. It was absolutely fire, dude. It was fucking gas. Yeah, and then another one I watched last night was, what's it called? Satanism and the Rituals of the Occult, I think it's called. And from the looks of it, when I was watching it, it looks like it was probably from like 1970 or 80, maybe 90s. It was early. It was a while back when this was made, given the quality of the video. But it still holds true today with what's going on regarding, all these weird happenings, all this numerology, all this symbolism, all these ritualistic events, that you would uh, that you would you know that you would compare to occult type activities, and that you would compare or ascribe to Satanism, and all these retards that still think that the the opposite of God and monotheism and Christianity is atheism are also just as retarded as the people that think chemtrails are a conspiracy theory because someone told you that that word's a kooky word to say. If you still think atheism is the opposite of God and Christianity and religion, or not religion, because it is a religion in itself, then you're a retard. Atheism is not the opposite of anything. It's just a mental illness. The opposite I've already explained this many times, is paganism, polytheism, Satanism, occultism, the old religion, the oldest religion of them all. But this documentary just, kind of went over all the shit that is becoming more and more talked about and popular today, that you can see it's still taking place today as well. These satanic rituals, these occult rituals, these elite bloodlines, these elite families that have been participating in this religion and type of shit for so long. And they even went over how it's a lot of the time it's generational. These people will just fucking rape their kids and sexually abuse their kids, traumatize their kids through satanic rituals, occult rituals, all types of horrific shit. And then that basically initiates their their offspring, and that just keeps going down the line. And that's usually why you see it in these elite families, and you see it generationally in bloodlines and throughout the same groups of people. But all types of people are always initiated. I think that even studying it and being interested in what's going on and not even believing in it, and even not even wanting to be involved in any other way, but strictly just in an educational way or a journalistic way. You're fascinated by what's going on. But even if you despise what's going on in the occult or Satanism or paganism, but you're fascinated by it, you want to know about it, you are always learning about it, even if you despise it and never want to actually engage in what's going on, you're just purely studying it, you can still fall prey, I think, to it. I think that part of the lure and part of the part of the pull to that type of shit is just wanting to look into it and studying it, because it is fascinating. And I think that's one of the ways that they actually bring a lot of people into it, is just by, you don't even have to necessarily want to be in it, but now you're looking into it, you're exposing yourself to it. Now you're going to teach people and tell people about it. You're exposing other people to it. So you don't necessarily have to believe in it or bring people into believing it. You just have to expose yourself to it and other people, and that just might set you down the path to becoming part of it without you even knowing. Who knows? I think that part of their power comes from people even just talking about it or recognizing it and looking into it. Because, well, it's better to, have people studying it and not being in it necessarily than no one knowing about it, right? Because how else would you grow the group? Also, it's very tight knit, so I don't know. You got to go deep to really learn what they're about. But this documentary did a good job, in my opinion. They did a good job. Still holds true today. I think if it came out today, it'd be, you know, kind of groundbreaking for a lot of people. Even, I mean, I learned a lot of new shit as well. And so that just shows you that they've been talking about this for, you know, decades now, that this is a problem. But this religion, paganism, Satanism, the occult, the old religion, has been operating longer than any other religion for all of mankind, for all of human history. So, I mean, yeah, it's been around, but modern day humans have been noticing it for a while now. It's just always, just like the chemtrails, it's just put off as some kooky conspiracy theory when you bring up Satanism or the occult, because people are too fucking retarded and they believe atheism is the opposite, but it's not. It's not the opposite of Christianity and the other, you know, monotheistic religions that kind of believe in good and want to combat evil. Well, good has an opposite, and it's not believing that good's not real, which would be atheism. Atheism is like, there's nothing. They don't believe in anything. They're retards. They're mentally ill. But the opposite of good would be evil. And that's another religion that has gods that are worshipped, that has groups of people that congregate and, you know, engage in rituals, just like people do on the other side, you know, when they go to church and when they read the Bible, when they pray. Same things are happening. Sacrifice, but that's the difference. Jesus was sacrificed for the sins of humans so that we didn't have to sacrifice anymore. And well, the other side goes, no, we're going to sacrifice and destroy the most innocent souls and innocent beings that we can, because their thing is just attacking God and destroying anything that God loves, which would be the humans. So if they can sacrifice the most innocent of us, usually being children and virgins and things of that sort, that's what they do, you know. It's not just animal sacrifice, and even though that's how it starts for a lot of people, but once you go deeper and deeper, you realize you know, you realize that the most elite people that, I mean, it's not always the most elite. Just like this documentary said, it could be your fucking neighbors. They got people that are lawyers, they got doctors, they got police officers, military officials that are all part of the occult. So it's not just like, it's not just, you know, the most elite, but they have people working in every single aspect of life, every single industry you could think of. And they don't, you know, look the part of what you would think a Satanist or an occultist would look like. They look like normal people. They're trying to fit in, because in order to carry out what they want to do, they got to kind of, you know, keep that low profile. And you know, they're not dumb people. They're not dumb people. They just you know, we've always heard the term mad scientist. You know, bad people, you know, can be just as smart as the most intelligent people in the world. They can be the smartest people in the world. So don't get that shit twisted. But yeah, no, it was a great documentary. And it's just crazy when you think about all these things like Anthony Weiner's laptop and what goes on at these spirit cookings with Marina Abramovic, and what goes on at these Rothschilds parties where they're wearing these big, you know, the mask with the horns, and they're essentially throwing a Eyes Wide Shut party. You think about Eyes Wide Shut and what Stanley Kubrick was trying to say. You start to wonder. It's like, oh shit. I mean, I wonder who they're sacrificing. You know, you think about Jeffrey Epstein, he's an elite. He knew elite people. What was going on that island? Where's that owl? Look at all the symbolism there. What type of rituals were they having there? I mean, we still haven't been able to go underground into these tunnels to see where they lead, to see what the rooms were used for. I mean, and his island's not the only one. Then you got Zorro Ranch. You got, I mean, you got to wonder. You got to wonder when you look into the occult, into paganism, into Satanism, into all these types of things, which kind of all, you know, kind of merge into the old religion, what we know as the occult. You got to think it seems like that's what they're doing. I mean, you know, you got elite networks of child sex trafficking rings going on all over the world. You have these ritualistic islands and properties. You have these, you know, allegations of videos on, on laptops like Anthony Weiner's of people like, Aberdeen and, another one, HC. You got to think that the occult is still operating. It's still powerful, maybe even more powerful than its opposite at this point. And it'd be stupid to not at least give it a thought. So no, it was a good documentary. I got it on. I don't know if you can find it on something like Netflix or another streaming platform. I found it on Twitter from, I think the account that posted it was the Red Pill Drifter, I believe. It's pretty good. Pretty fucking good. Go give it a watch. But you could look into Tracy Twyman for and read her books. They're expensive, but you can hear interviews with her, podcasts with her, read her books. Tracy Twyman, she went deep into it. She ended up being found hanging in her garage one day, but she went real deep and she really gained a lot of knowledge that you can, go see for yourself. So Tracy Twyman, like I said, you can watch movies and learn about this shit. Eyes Wide Shut, The Ninth Gate, Suspiria, whatever that one's called. It came out recently. I think it's called Suspiria. I don't know, the dance one. You could watch. There's so many. Now I'm forgetting. Yeah, let's see. Where's my phone? I already went over, a lot of the movies that I've already gone over that. I need to look it up. You can just watch and just go find movies on this. They'll tell you movies. Midsummer or The Wicker Man. That shows you what paganism is right there. That's very similar to how the occult operates. There's so many things. There's so many books, so many people that have studied this deeply, and so many movies that are trying to tell you what they're doing that you could watch. And so, yeah, go learn about it because it seems to be a powerful group, the occult, that's operating today, that is operating among the people that write our laws, our policies, that are in control of our daily lives, that are in control of the monetary system, that are in control of the food industry, that are in control of the law, that are in control of every single thing that you do. They are in control of the surveillance that goes on. They are in control of the medical industry. They are in control of everything. And so, it becomes very sketchy once you learn about it. And if you don't want, if you think it's kooky and you don't want to look into it, even if it is false and I'm just sitting here spewing out retard bullshit, I'd rather be wrong than not be prepared when shit goes down. So I'm just saying there's got to be an end goal to what these fucking people are doing, what they're worshiping, what they're, ritualizing, what they're doing. I don't think it's just for shits and gigs. I don't think events like Charlie Kirk and mass wars, where so many people are dying that it seems to be like one huge sacrifice to whatever they fucking worship. That's why you see these people that are part of the occult, that are Satanists, like Michael Aquino, in high-level military positions. It only makes sense that they would be drawn to war, right? Given that they engage in human sacrifice for power, wealth, fame in return. So what would be the biggest human sacrifice that you could do that's also the most efficient? It'd be war. It'd be war that mass casualties. So, in continuous war. And that's what we're seeing. So, I mean, there's got to be an end goal, and there's got to be a way to go against it, but we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. I'm fascinated by the occult and what's going on, the numerology they put out, the secret societies and different groups that they form that are all part of the occult, but they have different groups all over the world that kind of operate differently, but all operate for the same purpose. They all use, like I said, different symbology, different numerology. They have different gods they worship too, but they kind of all have the same goal. Saturn seems to be a weird thing that a lot of these groups worship. And you can go listen to David Icke if you want some real deep information on the worship of Saturn and that type of shit. So yeah, that David Icke just went on Higher Side Chats, and that was fucking a boss fucking interview. That was a dope interview. I guess he's got a new book out, but David Icke is the fucking goat when it comes to this shit. Everyone's like, Alex Jones is the fucking goat when it comes to conspiracies and alternative theories. Yeah, you're a retard. I mean, Alex Jones is good, but he's like he's the protege. He is the apprentice to David Icke. David Icke is by far goated for the conspiracy godfather, and the godfather of just like that alternative way of thinking and kind of seeing it for what it is. I don't know. I mean, it's the alternative way of thinking. It's conspiracy to most people, but I think if it's not the truth, I think it's closer to the truth than what we're told by the mainstream and what we've been told and fed our whole lives. I think it's by far way closer to the truth than what we've been shoved down our throats. And he's really into the idea of demonic possession, of just possession in general by entities that need biological vessels to engage and carry out things here on our realm of being, which is Earth. So yeah, you would I mean, people are summoning things, people are doing weird rituals, people are worshiping things, and they're channeling things, and well, their body is the vessel that gets taken over to carry out these terrible acts or these good acts. I don't know, it can be one or the other. But right now, it seems that a lot of evil, a lot of lying, a lot of deceit is going on. And in my opinion, I think the occult and these groups of people are responsible. Yeah, so. And I think they're possessed by whatever the fuck they're worshiping. So yeah, that was that documentary. Get off that topic for a little bit, but let's go into the Epstein shit. All right. All right. What should we do? Let's see. All right, let's see. All right, I don't know if I want to get into the Epstein shit now or on the Patreon and do some other shit for the remaining time. I don't know. I guess let's watch some shit. All right. All right, let's see. Nah, fuck it. Let's do the Epstein. Let's do, well, I guess, fuck it. All right, you know what? All right, let's start with this. Akash, so if you know who the guys from Flagrant are, the two dipshits, Akash Singh and Andrew Schultz, two fucking faggots, to be honest. In my opinion, two little faggots. I guess Myron Gaines and Akash were fucking beefing, and Myron puts out. I mean, this says Myron Gaines is being credited for ruining the career and marriage of stand-up comedian Akash Singh when he released this absolutely damning compilation of his wife disrespecting their marriage after Akash randomly attacked Myron in Fresh on X. Let's see what, I mean, I wonder what, before we watch this, I want to see what Akash said. If I can find it. Or... Akash, so I guess he believed his wife was a virgin. I guess that came out to not be true. That's rough. Let's see. So, hold on. Can we find what Akash said? This is so gay, dude. Just give me what Akash said, bruh. Let's see if it's on his profile. Alright, so 6 days ago, my man out here getting triggered by jokes. How ironic. Well, don't worry about me, Myron. I got no issue putting a bitch in her place, for example. So if you're saying, hey... So, I guess this was Akash. This was 6 days ago. So Myron, on the 7th, so 6 days ago, put out a YouTube video and then said, I'm never wrong about these women. Stupid ass Jeet. Akash Singh tried to lecture me about women years ago with his equally retarded co-host, Andrew Schultz, aka Andrew Schultzstein. And then he goes, here's the Jeet's stupid ass wife making a mockery of him and herself on a podcast. I'm about to cook him and her like curry when I get back to Miami. And so Akash responded, my man out here getting triggered by jokes. How ironic. Well, don't worry about me, Myron. I got no issue putting a bitch in her place, for example. And then this video was posted by Akash.
I find corny is my preference is not my women. Now, I thought it was I'm not dating my women, period, which is the corniest human being outside of a criminal to me, period. Those are your roots. Those women are reflected in your roots. So if you're saying, hey, I don't generally date them, but I have more space for it, even though I still think it's a little corny.
Akash only dates brown. Akash has been with one girl in his life who's his wife.
That's my wife. That's an
so
Indian
this
woman
is
that was
like
important
loyal
to me.
through and through.
And I understand it's not as important for y'all, but as an Indian, there's not a lot of us who are famous. So whether you like it or not, people are looking at you as a role model. You guys have established yourselves as role models. From simps to pimps, which is another motto I find kind of corny, but I looked into what you guys are about. And a lot of the shit is just childish, which is fine if you want to be funny. We just talked about how doctors ain't shit for 45 minutes. Mm-hmm. We are not in any way life coaching. We're not in any way trying to help men outside of, hey, come have a laugh for a couple hours. Right. If you're going to paint yourself as life coaches and then say shit like, my preference is, which is honestly bullshit. It is, I don't want to date black girls. That's the way every black dude that fucks white girls says it. I've dated black girls in my life. All right, bro. Who the fuck hasn't except me? You know what I mean? Everybody going to dabble in everything. It is the mentality that I have an issue with, and Alex is upset with the specific words, true, but underneath it, he's upset with the mentality. And a lot of stuff you guys say in general, I think, is stuff that's kind of childish. I saw a clip where you were like, oh, the nuclear family's falling apart. What do you do? I don't get married. Just don't get married. You're actually trying to help men, and you talking to fucking incels who are 18 years old. That's some shit you say to college. I'm going to turn you from a simp to a pimp. All right, bro. Can we grow up? You guys are self-help. You are, hey, we're trying to help men. So either we're funny, or help men and be real and be honest with yourself and don't have an ego like, no, I have a preference. Be honest. Let's just be mature about what we feel. And part of that maturity is, yeah, it was a bad joke. I don't actually feel exactly that way.
All right, so now we go to this.
Is my preference is not my women. Now, I thought it was I'm not dating my women.
All right, so now this is what Myron posted following this.
Yeah, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
What I find corny is my preference is not my women. Now, I thought it was I'm not dating my women, period, which is the corniest human being outside of a criminal to me, period.
Akash only dates brown. Akash has been with one girl in his life who's his wife.
That's my wife.
So this is like loyal through and through.
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. I was popping my pussy and living my best life in these white boy frat houses.
I'm actively trying to have an orgy and you haven't seen Nav yet, but wait till you fucking see him. His body goes crazy. His face card always slays, never timed. And it's kind of weird because I'm talking about your husband. I just know that Nav's dick is like at least 10 inches. Okay, I have two buddies.
Oh my god, this is rough.
I met this guy on Tinder, and I made the dumb mistake of letting him sleep over, like not really wanting to fucking hook up. And I like woke up in the morning and like my asshole was a little sore. Oh my god! And I remember, what kind of porn do you watch when you use a vibrator?
Okay, not gonna lie, I don't watch porn while using a vibrator. What? I just think my imagination is vibration enough.
Wow.
I just think of like my own husband while I'm like doing it.
Wait, that's kind of baller, but I could never do that.
Yeah. And so I was using you and your husband split finances. And I'm gonna be really fucking honest.
I don't.
We don't.
First of all, that's a fucking red flag. I'm not like, no joke. I love you girls. If you want to work, all for that, whatever. But like any man that doesn't want to have a joint bank account or isn't being transparent with his accounts or has separate accounts, that's a fucking red flag. This is not a two-way street. This is a one-way street. His money is our money, and my money is my money. And look, have I only made $600 from content creating?
Oh, I went up $100 from last week.
But that's my money! Okay?
I don't know if you watched The Voice, but I love him on The Voice.
I never watched that show, but like, he's on my...
All right, that was oof. That was rough. That was rough to say the least. That was bad. That was no bueno right there. That was no bueno. Wow. My God, I don't even know what to say about that. That is, ooh, bad for Akash. Sorry, I mean, fuck Akash. That sucks, my guy. That sucks. Wow. 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 I mean, Akash and I think Andrew Schultz and Akash are not funny at all. I think their podcast is fucking gay. I used to fuck with it. I thought Andrew Schultz had one good special, and then he started running around like he was the king of fucking New York with Akash, his little fucking slave. Who I hear that maybe even they have jokes written for Andrew Schultz that he gets to say on the pod that aren't even written by him. I don't know if that's true. Maybe. He always tells motherfuckers, wait, let me talk. Akash, shut the fuck up, you little fucking shit thrower. Aren't you going to the Diwali festival? Aren't you going to the Bishawara Swami shit throwing festival this year, Akash? Akash he talking about, I was a virgin till I met my wife. I'm sick. I don't like the way you Myron, be trying to life coach people. Shut the fuck up, Akash. Go throw some cow dung and roll around in it. You fucking retard. Look at I'm a better life coach than you. I'm Akash. I'm not funny. I like to roll around in cow dung. I'm a virgin, and me and my wife. That's how young men should be trying to live their life with a girl. Meanwhile, his girl's over here talking about what kind of porn do you watch when you're fucking using a vibrator on a fucking podcast? She's over here going, I'm nostalgic for frat houses. I mean, she must have been a Katie Kowalski before, or a Maddie Kowalski, whatever that girl's name from Florida is, before fucking there was, this epidemic of filming the shit. But, Akash, I mean, sit the fuck down, boy. Sit down, boy. Go on flagrant. You're going to have to go on flagrant, and you're going to have to address this, I hope. I hope Schultz is actually not faggot enough to bring it up. Maybe he'll be able to, go get advice from Daddy Schultz. That's crazy. All right, what about this though? Here's so with all the Epstein shit, I don't really have videos to show of it, but I do have this one because apparently the name redacted that was saying Trump didn't do anything with young girls, that she never saw him do any of the shit that she saw with the other powerful people like Prince Andrew, Ehud Barak, and others. Apparently, it was Virginia Giuffre, whose name was redacted, that basically exonerated Trump from doing anything that these other fucking freaks were doing. But her testimony was going to be that, or that's the statements she gave, and she's dead now, so we don't really know if anything was, fucked with regarding her statement, or if she actually said that. I don't know. It's hard to believe, but apparently, Virginia Giuffre said that Trump wasn't fucking little kids and diddling kids. And I don't know. She's dead now. We can't ask the most important person regarding this anything because, she died mysteriously and there's no foul play, apparently. It's a dangerous conspiracy to say there's foul play, which, it's just very similar stuff with Anne Heche and Princess Diana and these people that just end up dying in really weird ways, like maybe Paul Walker and the guy that was with him when that happened. Really weird car crashes that happen with these people, to be honest. But that's just a dangerous conspiracy and just dangerous thoughts. But here's a video though that if he wasn't diddling kids, he was probably doing some weird shit, to say the least. But if this doesn't tell you that he had some knowledge, if not absolute knowledge, of what was going on within this group that Jeffrey Epstein was forming and networking with, then you really need to the chemtrails are really getting to you. You need to stop drinking the water that the chemtrails are falling into. You need to stop going outside when there's huge lines and patterns crisscrossing of manufactured clouds, because whatever that stuff is, it's falling onto you, and it's you're turning into a fucking retard. Stop getting boosted. Stop stop going swimming in pools of chemtrail infested water, and stop drinking chemtrail infested water and fluoride infested water, and stop eating chemtrail infected food, because you're turning into a fucking retard. You have 2 extra chromosomes. That's how fucking retarded you are. You've actually morphed into a new retard where you have 2 extra chromosomes. So you'll be headbanging anytime in the near future. Just beware. But here's a video that should show you that I think this fucking dummy, whether he was doing weird shit, the same shit, illegal shit that they were doing or not, he definitely had some knowledge given this video. There's Jeffrey, some tall faggot. Probably said something to the likes of, look at that little girl over there, Jerry. Probably said some weird shit like that. Is that the only, that might have been the last video. He probably said some weird shit like, yo, look at those girls over there, Jeffrey. Look at them little boys and girls over there, Jeff. Jeff goes, yeah. He says, Donald goes, yeah, you like what you see? Fucking weirdos, bro. I mean, couldn't even imagine what they're laughing at. It's probably something like that. It's probably like, look at those 25 to 30-year-olds over there. Look at those old bitches. Look at those fucking goddamn fossils over there. That's probably what he said. He said, Jeffrey, look at them 25 to 30-year-olds over there. Look at it. They're fucking fossils. They're fucking dinosaurs. And then Jeffrey's like, I mean, dude, that's what they laugh about. They're like, look at the fossils over there, the 25-year-old to 30-year-old sexy bitches that are sexy and, hot to everyone else. Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump go, look at those fossils over there. Look at those goddamn fossils. I guess let's go, all right, well, that's going to be the ep. I'm going to do a Patreon episode, so I'll see you next week, motherfuckers. Peace.
Life's barely long enough to get good at one thing.
You're fat long.
Yeah, so be careful what you get good at.
And chew me on some hot nigga. Like I told Tish, I see when I shot nigga. Like you see them twirl, then you drop nigga. And we keep them mind millies on my block nigga. And my take keep it on them, hit them drop niggas. And we be wildin', he's some hot nigga. Tones known to get busy with them clocks nigga. Try to run down and you could catch a shot nigga. Running through these checks till I pass out. And show you through the neck till I pass out.